Bitcoin advocate Ian Carroll is starting to explore XRP, but he's not jumping in yet. He recently said he's still learning about the asset. That alone might not sound like big news. But coming from someone who built his reputation around Bitcoin and once pledged to invest only in BTC, it's a notable shift. In this video, we'll unpack Carroll's recent comments from the Bitcoin 2025 conference in Las Vegas, where he spoke with Merlin Crypto, and what they might mean for the ongoing divide between Bitcoin purists and the broader crypto community. Let's break this down. Right off the bat, here are the key takeaways from that interview. Ian Carroll admits he hasn't done a deep dive into XRP yet. He's not invested in XRP, but people have been pushing him to. He's focused mostly on Bitcoin and Ethereum for now. He says he's open to learning more, but remains cautious. These may seem like small points, but for someone like Carroll, they're actually a big deal. Let's start with some context. Ian Carroll is the host of The Carroll Show and has long been known as a Bitcoin maximalist. On X, formerly Twitter, where he has 1.2 million followers, he often promotes Bitcoin as the only serious cryptocurrency worth holding. Earlier this year, he even posted, "I'm going all in on Bitcoin. No other coin gets $1 from me." So when someone with that kind of stance begins to talk, however cautiously, about XRP, it signals that the narrative might be shifting. Or at the very least, that the gap between Bitcoin maximalists and altcoin communities like XRPs might be narrowing. During his short interview at the conference, Carroll admitted that he hasn't conducted any deep dive research into XRP. That means he hasn't yet looked into its tokenomics, its use case, or how it fits into the larger crypto ecosystem. He also revealed he's not invested in XRP simply because, in his words, "I don't know enough about it." That's a fair point. And honestly, it's a healthy way to approach any investment. But Carroll also said something interesting. He emphasized that his goal isn't just to make a profit. He's careful about where he spends his time and energy, especially when learning about new crypto projects. And that deliberate approach may explain why he's stuck with Bitcoin for so long. Still, this interview makes it clear he's starting to explore other corners of the space, including Ethereum and now XRP. What pushed him in that direction? Part of it seems to be community pressure. According to Carroll, many XRP community members have encouraged him to look deeper into the project. So far, he hasn't committed, but he acknowledged that the curiosity is there. And during the interview, his host, Abdullah Nassif, also known as Abs, stepped in to explain XRP's core utility. Abs said, "XRP's core goal is to enable people to transfer money instantly and effortlessly, just as data moves today." He compared XRP's function to sending a text message, fast, cheap, and borderless. It's a compelling argument, and it's very different from the value narrative around Bitcoin, which is often treated more like digital gold than a payment solution. What makes this exchange especially interesting is that it highlights the different use cases between Bitcoin and XRP. Carroll believes Bitcoin is inevitable, a kind of unstoppable financial revolution. But XRP was never trying to replace Bitcoin. It's trying to solve different problems, namely international payments and liquidity for banks and financial institutions. And that's where the clash often lies. Bitcoiners like Carroll often view any crypto launched after Bitcoin with suspicion. XRP, launched in 2012, has long been a favorite target. But the fact that Carroll is now even open to learning more about it suggests a slight but important shift in mindset. So, what can we take from this? First, it reminds us that even high-profile Bitcoin supporters are beginning to ask questions about other projects. That doesn't mean they're abandoning BTC, but it does mean they're no longer ignoring the broader crypto landscape. Second, it shows the growing influence of communities like XRPs. Their consistent outreach and strong defense of XRP's use case is making even Bitcoin maximalists pause and take notice. And finally, it's a good reminder to keep an open mind. Carroll's refusal to invest in something he doesn't fully understand is actually a responsible approach, and one that more people in crypto should follow. But at the same time, his willingness to learn is equally important. It shows that crypto isn't just about picking sides. It's about exploring new ideas. So will Ian Carroll invest in XRP one day? Maybe. Maybe not. But the fact that he's even talking about it is a small but meaningful change. In a space as polarized as crypto, small changes in perspective can eventually lead to big shifts in direction. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Do you think more Bitcoin maximalists will start exploring XRP? Or will the divide between BTC and XRP communities stay as strong as ever?